Now, there's many ways to keep an ongoing story fresh, and one of those ways is to introduce new characters while still working on old characters at the same time. Sometimes it's hard to balance that out. You can't always keep adding in more and more characters to the point where you have yourself oversaturated with tons of characters, but at the same time, you will forget some of them. They'll slip under the cracks. Kind of like it happened with Naruto in a way, where I forgot some characters that even existed in in that show. Like, oh wait, who are you again? It's like, oh, that's that character. And sometimes you can do it right, like in Assassination Classroom, where I was able to remember all the characters despite being a whole bunch of them at his series. It focused on the kids while adding on new characters from time to time. And it worked out well. Each character had its own episode to show their skill and technique and their ambitions. And because of that, you were able to attach yourself to some of the characters. Not all of them, but you at least remember who they were. I feel like this anime is doing the same thing. It'll introduce a new character, but then it'll go back and showing us more of those old characters, seeing how they will connect into the story, as well with the family itself. And the first part really did got us for a fool. We thought this dude's gonna put a hit on him. He was gonna beat up Tayo and stuff. But freaking hammer. Like, this dude brought a hammer. First of all, I don't know if it's legal to actually use a hammer on someone while they're under investigation, especially if they're not under arrest. They're just under investigation. You do have the right to turn them down if you're not under arrest. But then that's American law. I'm not sure much about Japanese law anyways. But the entire thing was a test to see if he would spill the beans on the family. Another freaking test set up by the brother. Again. I swear, Kyutro will do anything he can to get under Tayo's skin. But at the same time, I do believe that he knows Tayo will have the best interest for Mutsumi. He just likes to make fun of him because he's so attached to Mutsumi in a way. He understands Tayo is good for Mutsumi. He just really can't stand anyone that gets close to her in a way. He wants to see if they're truly worthy of protecting her while being with her at the same time. The big brother's woes, I would say. Overprotective as well. Way too overprotective. But anyways, this leads into some other shenanigans. And some people say that the episode could have been felt kind of all over the place in the first half. Anyway, from the investigation and then to him having trouble to sleep, and then the training of having during the classroom, training Tayo to be half asleep while still being active at the same time. Like, this dude's dodging chalk all over the place while he's sleeping with the gas and everything. And it also proves that Mutsumi herself isn't just doing nothing. She comes prepared too. She brought a freaking gas mask to class to cry out. She just wasn't expected to ever have to use it against her own brother. It's like, jeez, man. Hey, man, stuff happens, man. You never know what's going to happen in the spy world, apparently. And now Tayo has sleeping problems. Like, dude, he's becoming less and less human as days go by, thanks to the super training he's having, in a way. So, at the same time, Mutsumi and Tayo are doing the same thing. Now, this is the second part, the part of the episode that a lot of people agreed on that was better, in a way. It was way better than the first two parts of the episode, because to me, it felt connected. But to most people couldn't see that connection. Think about it. In the beginning of the episode, Tayo was talking to Mutsumi on the phone, saying, they should go out, go on a date and stuff. But then he got sidetracked through the investigation. Investigation happened. He stayed up all night. He can't sleep. The brother's in the classroom testing him, put out some sleeping gas. Now he's half asleep. Now he has these bad sleeping problems. Then you go back from the beginning of the beginning of this episode where they're talking about the date thing. He's wondering how he can find a way to, still be romantically intimate with Mutsumi while keeping the balance of his job at the same time. And apparently, in the spy world, it's hard to keep a relationship, a healthy one anyways. So because of that, he's trying to find that balance, but he has a mission to do, but that mission turns out being a date at an amusement park. So that was the connection I saw it as anyways. Everything went full circle, in my opinion, for this episode. I guess you weren't paying attention to certain things. You would feel like this episode was too random in a way, but no, it had its connections. The connections were definitely there. And then my favorite part was them trying to discover the couples, which couples were the the ones that were their targets. You had the main couple that was lovey dovey. You had the couple that looked like a couple of punks, but turns out they're very shy around each other. Then you have the muscular couple, and finally you have the two business-like couples that decided to get married. They're just very straightforward with their talking and everything. And at the same time, you have Tayo just trying to find some way to keep Musume entertained and yet happy, but he is just not used to these kind of things. Remember, Tayo's been doing nothing but missions and being socially awkward around people. You know, I don't think it's the last time he really had a chance to truly enjoy himself out in public. So of course things would be very awkward with him. So that makes sense in my opinion. And I think Musume herself was just enjoying herself. But she knew how Tayo is, If she did know how Tayo was the entire time, I'm pretty sure she would not be interested in him like this. So she understands what Tayo is going through, which makes her an excellent partner, by the way. With that being said, at the end of the day, it was a lovey-dovey couple. That was the the one that's causing trouble. It was them, you know. And I kind of knew that in a way, even when I was reading it back when it came out in manga, is because you see them constantly on the page. Of course, it was them, the one that they weren't expecting in the first place. That was a no-brainer to me, but of course they couldn't see that. To them, it's just a normal couple. I mean, it proves you can't judge a book by its cover all the time. But then again, that's the point of the spy world, anyways. So the point of being a spy is that you blend in. So of course, the couple that's the most natural probably would be the one that you have to look out for. So I'm just saying, makes sense. But anyways, at the end of the day, he was able to give her the flower and be able to go on the Ferris wheel and enjoy the sunset. It was nice. It's nice. Once again, I'm really enjoying this series. It's nice where everything's not too serious to watch. It has its fun, crazy antics where everything else is getting cranked up to 11 and other shows are entertaining. I will be doing some must watches later on because there are some anime I have been watching because now we're like kind of halfway through the anime season. I would like to recommend to you guys. So, anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, of course. Hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.